Alright guys, welcome back to More Ignorance in Basketball. Now this is just a quick little video. I know the cult is probably freaking out over the Chris Paul shit, so I figured as a cult leader, I had to get on here and do my due diligence and talk about this situation. So I don't know if I used the word due diligence correctly, but sometimes you just gotta throw shit out there and hope for the best. So let's talk about this Chris Paul stuff because I'm optimistic. Let's just start with that. Let's be real. He's in COVID protocols. First off, we don't even really know what the fuck that shit means. We don't know. People are assuming he has COVID. We don't know that. The one good thing I do know is that they say if Chris Paul is vaccinated, that shortens his chances of staying out, which the news is saying that he has been vaccinated, which is muy bien. So we don't know if he has it. We don't know if he was just exposed to somebody that has it. So it's possible that people are freaking out and he could be back before the series even starts. We got the news that Kawhi Leonard just went down, and I'm thinking this series is probably going to go 7, at least 6. So I don't even think the playoffs are going to I don't even think the next round is going to start until next week, most likely. So I think that gives him enough time to get all this shit sorted out, pull some strings, do some shady NBA shit if he has to, and get your ass back on the court. He didn't fucking pull a hamstring. He didn't break his wrist. It's a COVID protocol. So I'm just saying, I think we need to chill out, relax, and just see what happens. But I don't think this is going to be a huge deal. Let's just say, worst case scenario, he misses the next round, right? Let's just say that's the entire next round. Let's just say, which I don't think is going to happen, but let's just talk about that situation too. You're either going to play the Clippers, who are trash at closing out games, let's be real about it, or the Jazz, who we don't believe in. So let's talk about each team. Like I said, we got the news about Kawhi going down. We don't know how long that's going to be for, but I would assume if he misses this whole series, which it seems to be a possibility, and we know how Kawhi is, he's a goddamn prima donna. Isn't it interesting that you wanted to take off all this fucking time for rest and you still get injured? Wow, maybe you should just do your fucking job. But whatever. But I would say Chris Paul is obviously big for them, but I would say the biggest difference between Chris Paul and Cam Payne is that Chris Paul is needed to close out games. But with the Clippers, they help the Suns close out games because they're so bad in clutch moments. They may not even need Chris Paul. So if the Suns could just blow them out or just have comfortable leads, they may not even need a Chris Paul to close out a couple games against the Clippers until he either comes back or win the series. Now, would it be tough? Sure. But if you have a hobble Kawhi and Paul George, who we know is a pussy, when the pressure's on him, he folds like a cheap fucking chair. I think the Suns will be okay. In the Jazz, let's just be real. We just don't believe in the Jazz. I'm sorry. They look pretty good, but I think the Suns just match up really well with the Jazz. I do. I always have. I'll believe it when I see it. So Utah, sorry, but I don't believe in you. And that's just facts. So I don't know. And it's not like the Suns have fucking Campazzo coming off the bench. We got Cameron Payne, who proved himself in that Lakers series. I think he struggled a bit in the Nuggets series, maybe because his minutes went down so much, and maybe he was struggling with that because going off against Jokic should have been no problem. I don't see why he can't do well in a series against the Jazz or the Clippers. So, and then we have Etuan Moore, who finally might actually get some fucking minutes. The small glimpses that they played this man, he's looked good. This is how I see it, right? If the Suns can get through the Lakers with Chris Paul with one arm, who was mostly probably a net negative when he was playing, I think with a campaign that looks sharp and a healthy Etuan Moore who will finally get some fucking rotation time, they should be able to handle a hobbled Clippers team or a Jazz team. So maybe I'm crazy, but that's just how I'm looking at it. I'm not really worried, so yeah. Okay, so literally as I'm editing this video, I just got an update from Bleacher Report saying that we'll get more news on the Chris Paul shit on Saturday, which is kind of annoying because, like, can you just tell me now? But whatever. Alright, I just figured I'd let you guys know that. Let's get back to the video. And let's be real, he's probably not going to miss a game because of fucking COVID protocols. If they just ignore LeBron going to a fucking party and shit, that should have been COVID protocols. The NBA just turned a blind eye. I think Chris Paul should have some sort of leeway as long as he doesn't have it or isn't, like, in the fucking bed sick and shit. So I think we're fine. I'm not really worried. And we just got to wait and see what happens. So that's it. I will be streaming today on Twitch. We've reached our sub goal, so I promised you guys I would go over my stand-up. The first time I ever did stand-up, I have it filmed, so we're going to watch that on Twitch today at 5:30. So come through if you want to watch that. And that's it. I'll see you guys soon. Peace.